Diego's the immortal VP.
Naku, lakad mo
Normally. Hero that can lane versus the Viper. Jug is a super solid pick. If you ever ditch him, kills for your puck or your Ember, and then anything goes. But Monster, it hurts.
Oh man,
It hurts.
that is a lot of damage, and he might have the kill. Can HFN keep up?
Team Couriers were on their way back as well, so if they take that trade poorly, then it would have saved the Razor's lane. That's okay.
They are going for the fight. KJ gets taken down, but if HFN can find Monster, it is going to be worthwhile. But mid laners we saw a little while ago, but still pretty solid for him on that front.
Ooh, and Pingu's trade and winning.
You know, King RD, I don't know if you're fast enough to... Yeah, he's not. He's just going to get run down. Pingu gets the sort of rotating their way over. Of course, that does leave us with a 1v1 down in the bottom lane, but Monster's not in a position to really do anything at the moment. Oh, hold on. He's getting jumped in on the Omni. Into the spin. Monster, are you fast enough? No, you are not. Okay. I said Monster couldn't do anything. That's not the case for his opponent. HFN just finds the solo kill. Meanwhile, up top, Tavo getting into a little bit of trouble. He's able to fall back, but that means once again, King RD just has to suffer the consequences here as Rises.
It was a pretty nice escape attempt and a whiff foil from Soul, but this is a huge fight.
Yeah, it's just the supports in here. Here comes Soul trying to help out, but can actually lock anyone down. He doesn't have Dream Coil up for a bit, so I'm not really sure what target they can go for, but here comes Rises. He's wrapping around the backside, trying to get up from behind the tower, and they're going to make their move. 40R, he has no mana. Runs out of mana, gets silenced up. Rises is able to take him down. All they sacrifice is Pingu, and they might get King RD again here. Flea is just going to sort of march his way in there. Battery Assault not hitting with every... Flea. He's going to pop. He's going to hook his way onto KJ, and there's going to be that Battery Assault play coming in. So KJ does not have a lot of assistance here. Pingu even firing from the high ground to help secure that one, and maybe not the most valuable kill in the world, but it is going to...
Now, they're playing maybe a beat behind, and here we go. He's going to get taken down again. They would have taken Pingu as well, but they take the bigger kill, give a strict streak over to King RD. I mean, I'll take that every day of the week. It's Alpha just, I think, going not being a support anymore here. And Pingu is in a very similar boat here. ADR, we greeted out.
Oh, that's
Didn't
a
know about the
problem.
puck. Okay.
He did have the fallback remnant. He thought if I just have to dodge a Viper Strike, I'm fine. And as you said, did not see the puck coming up that ramp until it was too late. So just a little bit of, I don't even know if we should call it greed there, because I don't think he was taking that fight anyway. Just a little bit too late.
No, yeah. And not even slow reactions is just a good play. And again, in the dark, nobody can react too quickly with this reduced vision as King RD. Now it's his turn to get taken out here. Unfortunately, even though Rises has his battlefield,
Just burning their way through it. So where's the play from Flea? You see him wrapping around the side, but 40R is kind of trying to intercept him. But right now, they're also keeping tabs on monsters at about half HP as Flea. That was ill-advised, but it does lead into the initiation. Okay, Soul comes in, drops the Dream Coil down. They're looking to take out Tavo as quickly as they can. They do manage to do so, and now 40R with the Haste Rune is not looking to fight. He just needs to run, and he does make it out, but almost like you can win yourself something. In the meantime, Alpha trying to win themselves another team fight here. They are patrolling around the middle lane, but this is the problem. Alpha very much the team with the momentum, ET, but they can't just walk their way down a lane and sort of say, come get us. They do still have to have some degree of subtlety and surprise there. They do get directly onto King RD, and as you were saying, this is a problem, right? King RD dying on the Skywrath Mage normally wouldn't be that big of a bummer, but they now have very little damage, and with KJ going down as well, now they're missing some of their sustainability, and there just really isn't a fight. They have to sacrifice.
Two backup operators running in with him, so it never feels like he's getting caught off. He's getting caught in these situations where he's alone. I mean, even Tavo, that was really brave. We'll have to see if he gets caught off here, or if he loses his supports because of his position. Oh no.
Gonna jump King RD instead. A far easier kill to pick up, or maybe not. Flea's just getting burned through, and it does make it trade. All of a sudden, this is turning around. They're gonna try and force the fight. The Dream Coil does go onto Tavo, though. Now Rises blinks in, gets the kill. 40R, I don't know if he has enough in him to take the fight by himself. He's gonna try to get a quick and easy kill onto Pingu. He does manage to find it, but he still has to fall back afterwards. The DOT was starting to take him down, and with the way that Alpha are kind of spread, they could find someone quickly. They're going to try to get onto Flea here first. But the hook shot, it actually stuns up 40R. They hit him with the Abyssal as well, but they don't have enough damage to finish him off. The Dream Coil, though, will still be deployed. That does catch Tavo in the middle of it, but look at HFN off to the west, looking for Pingu, able to take him down. They have to sacrifice their Skywrath Mage, but it's a 1-for-1 for now. Pingu, though, buying back, TPing his way onto the outpost. In the meantime, Rises trying to get away from HFN. The Yule Scepter actually creating that separation. Now, do they actually take this fight? Rises is going down very fast, but there's the BKB being popped. He's going to try to go after 40R. He gets the bash! Bash in, but the Omni Slash is still connecting. Can they get the kill? No, they can't, but HFN, well, he jumps over to Pingu. That's not where he wanted to be. Oh, I think that might have just saved the Ursa's life. All he needed was maybe 1 or 2 hits on the Rises replay, but either way, that is game-changing. And now they're just going to jump in. King RD's already dead. Tavo's just going to get hit by the hook shot, as well as the Dream Coil. He's dead as well, and oh boy, it's starting to fall apart here for Wolf Team. They are almost certainly going to lose this tier 3 tower. Able to get himself out. King RD, no, that's too far forward. Force staffs himself back, but Rises, he doesn't give a damn. Pushes in anyway. Finishes the kill. No buyback on the Skywrath Mage. Rises, he does need to be a little bit careful here. He might lose that first life, but look at Monster in with the static link. HFN loses half his HP already. Flea hooks into the backside of his teammates, but it doesn't matter. Rises with the blink is right on top of those targets. That forces an immediate buyback out from the Jug, and with the impetus, they're at least able to get through the Aegis, but you have to assume Alpha are going to rally around their teammate, but there's the Omni going on to Monster. Can they get the kill? They need to be able to bring down someone with it, but they still can't find anyone. HFN on the buyback has to be careful. Cannot afford to go down here a second time. He's going to be okay, but at this point, Wolf Team really haven't gotten anything out of this.
No, the coil as well. Oh.
And 40R gets taken down. Monster is being chased by Tavo here. Wow, Tavo really just can't do a whole lot in this game. It's a bit of a bummer as Flea jetpacking over, force staffing forward, flares for vision. Puck comes in with the orb, and I do not believe Tavo's getting out of this one as Flea actually hooks onto him. Will sacrifice his life to secure the kill, but they find it. In the meantime, Rises finds HFN down in the bottom lane. He was just trying to go for farm. Instead, he gets taken down, and that's a tiny little bit of BM there at the end of the draft. Before we get into the game itself, which squad do you feel has the advantage right now? Dead even, of course. Everyone knows null does equal 0. Don't ask a programmer that. Just accept my word for it. As King RD gets the toss back, they've caught out Rises. That is the up for some damage, so yeah, it's gonna count for something. Meanwhile, oh, Soul, this is not looking good. He needs to be able to get himself out of here. Flea's trying to come over to help, but there's not a whole lot he could do. He took that Arctic Burn at level 1, which is pretty normal, but it means he has no defensive capabilities. So Wolf Team pick up 2 kills. KJ may end up going down here. He doesn't really seem to have too much of an escape plan, but he is actually going to fight his way through this. And I mean, Flea is losing health a hell of a lot faster than his opponents. As the toss comes in, Flea goes down. KJ will be traded, but it's a trade instead of what really should have just been the Dazzle Dot.
Worst case situation, because you know the Chen, if he's not able to get a creep, he's going to send a creep to that triangle just to get those stacks going for the TA.
Needs to be able to make that happen as best as he can as we settle into the lanes. Already 4 kills deep. We'll take a look at some stats for HFN. 80% win rate on that Luna. 5.8 KDA, pretty...
I think both mid laners finally have their camps unblocked, even though, funnily enough, both of them did get them blocked originally, but that's where... And couriers keep dying in the bottom lane. It's starting to become a no-fly zone here, as KJ might get walked down here. He's trying to deny himself, but not going to work.
Oriented. As Rises getting into a little bit of trouble here. No refraction for 6. Do they have the damage to finish him off? They need that chain, and they will connect. Stavo is able to make it happen. That is a very important kill. Slow down the TA as much as possible, and on top of that, make Tavo involved early on, as opposed to the last game where he didn't really have... The Mars is kind of on his own. They're trying to pressure him up. At the same time, mid, King RD doesn't get the toss back. Soul, I don't know about this one. He is very low on HP. He wants to bring King RD down first. He does manage to do it and then zips away, so actually gets away with murder there, but that push onto Monster is eventually successful on the other side. However, you lose a support on the Wolf Team side. You get a core dead on Alpha, so I think they're going to... Solid stats on Monster there for the Mars, as he is going to try to make a move on to KJ. That is a preemptive attempt at the Grave, which, yeah, I mean, honestly, in that situation, it doesn't matter when you grave yourself. You're still trapped for quite some time. So can't really blame KJ for trying to get himself out of that one. At the same time, though, Soul makes his move. TD activated.
It's going to be Flea leading up for his team here. Oh, if they turn to the left.
Oh, they see the Luna.
Yeah, there you go.
Arena's down. Spear connects. Should have more than enough damage. They even have the Centaur stomps just to make sure. And Rises gets the kill. It was kind of interesting that they go for that play before he had finished off the Deso, but 5v1 kind of makes that Deso a little bit less necessary. So they find the kill. Now, this is getting a little bit awkward. Monster does get tossed back, but he was at full HP when this happened, so not really sure if Wolf Team can do this. They are kind of whittling away his health. The problem is, they're losing KJ on the other side of the fight. The Hand of God bought some time. Monster finally dies, but he was able to turn that into a trade. The question is now, can everyone else get away? No, they can't. Pingu got his TP canceled by the Avalanche. Tavo's going to try to move in for the damage. He's getting a little slowed up, though, and Flea hits him from the low ground with the curse.
To look at that BKB timing for their next moment here. Otherwise, the Roche isn't happening, the Coddle isn't dying. King RD might be his time. He's Arena, though.
Bought some time with the Ava. Yeah, will they actually pull the trigger? There it is. They do feel the need to use it, but they may have waited too long. Yeah, they waited way too long. Soul's already dead. The curse comes in onto KJ. The problem is, the Tiny's kind of the one that you wanted to finish off there, and now it's all just going to go wrong. Flea dead, Monster gone as well. Efficiency take.
Just the Timbers on the mid lane, and look at the picks, see who they can get. Monster, he has his BKB on the courier.
Oh, they actually caught Rises again. The Storm's going to try and zip in to help, but it's too late. Rises is already dead, and now Soul, he's got to try and run, or maybe he doesn't. That's a nice curse. Takes down KJ, but that was not an initiating ult. That was just a run for your lives ult. They are trying to fall back, but at this point, the Tier 2 tower may not be enough to defend them. King RD blinks in. Avalanche in the toss. Flea dropped low. Monster pops his BKB, throws down the Arena, but he's just trying to get out of this fight rather than push his way into it, and will he actually make it? 40R doesn't have the highest right-click damage in the world, but the Illuminate helps out, and
nasty fight enabled for them on the Alpha side. An old toss back, that's BKB.
Monster. He did throw down the Arena, but they're trying to focus Soul instead. They want to keep the Storm out of this fight as long as they possibly can. That does mean, though, King RD was kind of left to fend for himself, but they had KJ. He drops down that... Ooh. Drops down that Grave as Soul. That was a risky play. Just barely dodges the Avalanche. But they're able to fall back for now. They lose Flea on the back end of that fight, but well, that's the only hero they lose, and Flea has... Never mind. I was going to say he has a short death timer and a buyback, but they do end up losing the Chen here as well. Pingu, though, has a buyback as well, and okay. Rises gets in, takes advantage of the Spear stun to get the kill onto the Tiny, and but I feel like they were only a few seconds away from finishing it, but I don't want to get caught out here. HFN, though, clears out the trap, or at least one of them. Tries to push back in again, and now they're in some trouble. KJ's going to get jumped in on. Can they kill him off quickly? They get the Winter's Curse down, so KJ should die, and now they're trying to take control of the pit. There's going to be the Arena into the Spear. King RD locked down, finished off. Tavo over on the west side of the pit, trying to deal with Rises. Does have the Flamethrower, but not really enough damage to go for a kill, just trying to push people back, but Wolf Team are the ones being pushed away from the pit. But look at Roche, ET, it's so damn low on health, but do Wolf Team have the means to take this fight? They're going to try to pop the Eclipse, pushing their way in. Monster gets taken down. Soul is actually getting hit by the Eclipse as well. He gets taken out immediately. This is starting to look very rough. Rises needs to be able to get himself away, but he doesn't have any means of actually leaving. And
from Alpha to do what they did to get that position, the curse on the Dazzle, the Arena spent as well to remove both supports from Wolf Team, who did not have buybacks. They did not have a way back in, but then they just show their hand a little bit too soon. I think if Alpha really milked that situation, said, hey, Wolf Team, you have to come to...
Which, if you're looking for silver linings on the Alpha side, means technically speaking, you are capable of putting yourself in that position again, but it's going to require even better execution considering the deficit has increased massively, and Rise is actually dead, so never mind.
Yeah.
Not really sure if there's anything they can do now.
Yeah, and I think Flea is probably next on Chop and Buck, and yeah. I was going to say, once the tossback happened, GG was probably on the board here, but yeah, it's kind of gut-wrenching because they had the position. I could watch that jump, 5 times and figure out, but now this has forced Wolf Team into a completely defensive position, and even though maybe that's not your AoE healing that the Jug could have provided, right? They are the vets. They are the good old fashions, even though Monster Yeah, he's got to let the creeps go, which is kind of sad, even though he ends up getting a few. But look at that. First blood to the Alchemist. Uh-oh. That's not what you want to see for your Viper lane.
Yeah, number one thing you really couldn't afford to let happen in this lane, and we'll get in, so regardless, they were losing the Viper there, but this really can't be the way that this lane goes. They can't afford to lose him multiple times. As over on the other side, Flea and Monster are kind of trying to get aggressive onto HFN. There's going to be the tag team, but Monster's taking too much damage. He has to back out right now, but he's not going to get the chance. KJ, with the cookie stun, will find the kill, and now...
It's a little bit of a sick play from HFN there. He needed to get his Snapfire level 2 for that kill to happen, and unfortunately, Pingu...
We're going to try and turn this, though.
King RD is dead, yeah.
Pingu almost certainly, yeah, he will die as well, but he turns it into a trade, and that's Ryze's second kill in this lane, so...
We've never seen the camp that close. That's super cool. I don't know. Creeps in Dota. We love the creeps as Ryze is... he's super dead, but hey, he got another kill onto Tavo, and King RD is certainly dead to rights either, with a level 4 Tusk ganking the lane. Alpha are rocking this early game. I'm still just smiling like an idiot because I got to see dogs. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid.
They look so goofy, but we love them. But we love that rotation as well. 100% deposit bonus up to 500 euros. So thank you to Thunderpick, as Flea's going to try and make this happen again. This time, though, he doesn't have as much backup as he did before, but they'll buy time with the snowball. Hits onto Tavo. That buys time for Ryzes to join with the unstable concoction. Tavo will be taken down. King RD, is he going to get out? Well, he's actually got a little bit of help. As 40R makes his way over to the lane, they do manage to turn that kill around, but now King RD, you can't get stunned by that. He is going to get hit up. Does Flea have anything to work with? He doesn't, but Soul does, as the Kunkka...
Here.
In the meantime, you see some codes up on your screen. Write those down quick as you can, and click on the banner under the video player to find out how you can use those codes to potentially win yourself some prizes. Speaking of prizes, a kill onto KJ in the middle lane. However, over in the jungle, they did actually hunt down the Alchemist, so... Well, Wolf Team finally get alive this one, as he did get hit by the Viper Strike, but Tavo alone can't quite make that happen. 40R was kind of coming in, but the timing's a little bit off, and now Tavo is going to get jumped in on. There's the X into the boat, into the unstable concoction, but 40R now makes the move. He's going to try and throw down that Dream Coil, but where is the follow-up damage? Right now, they just don't seem to have any, as King RD is the one who has to pay the price. He will fall 2 dead on Wolf Team, and... well, what can they find? 40R would be an interesting target. They could start off the fight with that curse, but they don't quite have vision over the rest of the Wolf Team lineup, and that could cost them. There is going to be the jumping onto Flea, but Black Soul in with the X, into the Torrent, into the Ghost Ship. Nice bit of damage, but he needs to actually finish someone off. He's trying to get KJ. Will be able to do so now. Look at Pingu. He's waiting. He drops down the ult, but the BKB has worn off. They need reinforcements. They are coming in the form of the Alchemist, but he's not actually going to arrive in time. In the meantime, Soul is just getting hit up. Tavo and King RD push directly in onto him, and they are going to be able to bring him down, and now all of a sudden the Alchemist, he's not the reinforcements. He was baited into the fight instead, as the Mortimer Kisses will fly. And Alpha, it is time to go. They need to run. They at least get King RD at the very end there, so they're not entirely...
And then, once he has that AC, he will become a much scarier threat, as... Are they really going for this?
Bold. That's one word for it. Well, oh my god, Ryzes, he's just getting burned through. He's just straight up gone. He does have the Aegis, but that is remarkable how quickly they do that with the ult not on. Wasn't really able to do a whole lot, but he did want to save both the ult and the BKB for a potential reinitiation, but this is not the fight to take under a tier 2 tower with one of your teammates already dead, but Pingu, he was looking for it. They didn't quite get it. They didn't actually get any X to set up that Ghost Ship either, though, so really, Alpha just have to fall back entirely. This did not go the way that they were hoping.
Yeah, and now, especially King RD, the Vessel and the Grip, it's just too strong, and he's going in.
Oh. Roll forward. Silence is there. They drop the slow. They drop the Vessel. Monster's in some serious trouble. Meanwhile, Dream Coil connecting onto Black Soul, but here comes reinforcements. Flea pushing in, stuns up King RD, so they find that kill, and oh, Ryzes. That's a little bit awkward. Self-stuns. In some trouble. Needs to be able to fall back. Needs to just really get some help, but nobody's there to help him. Ryzes goes down. That's an ult out from Pingu onto 1. And, I mean, the fight's over. It's done. Monster's just going to get taken down here. I genuinely do not understand what just happened, ET. Ryzes just gets spiring, but then you still have to ask the question, can they even kill her off the once? They're going to give it a go, though. There's going to be the silence into the unstable concoction. They get the X, they get the Torrent, they get the Ghost Ship. They are doing everything in their power to try and find this kill, but the Medusa is going to hold her ground. There's the Stone Gaze coming out. The reinforcements will now move in. Pingu picked off on the back line. Tabo, though, is getting hit up here. They're going to get him with the Snowball into that Walrus Punch. Tabo dropping low, but 40R and King RD are trying to provide some backup. 40R, though, actually didn't commit. He got close. Now he'll jump back onto that back line. He takes down Flea, but the Abyssal Blade stun from Rises locks him down. They'll find the kill. No, they won't. Excuse me. 40R actually did manage to jump away at the last possible second. Just kind of assumed that he had died, but he slips out from underneath Alpha. That has to go right, really, for Alpha. They need, obviously, to keep Rises safe. They would love to have a big ult from Pingu. They're looking kind of for the wraparound here as Flea. Oh, they make their move. They get out of King RD first. They will find that kill, but again, Rises has to be kept safe. He is stuck in the Dream Coil, but there's going to be that Winter's Curse. It's only onto HFN, but that does allow Rises to fall back into the base. Or maybe he doesn't. He's actually getting stunned up. He's in some serious trouble. He used his BKB already. He's down to half HP. They have to be able to keep him safe. Trying for the concoction, but he is going to get Cold Embrace. That kind of doesn't help him, and yeah, he's dead. Rapier hits the deck, and that's GG. That was not the way I envisioned that one going, ET. Got a little awkward there. Pingu saves the day on the one hand and then kind of dooms his teammate on the other.
Yeah.